What's going on, guys? It is a bit rainy today, as you can see behind me and on my shirt. I'm a little wet, not too bad, but this is something I do every day, or at least try to. I try to go out every single day and get some sort of photography or creative work done. Even sometimes it's just I leave my camera at home and I go out and scout some places out. Other times I take a camera out and I can spend 4 or 5 hours out. It really depends. But normally, for every hour I spend outside, I spend an additional hour at home culling and editing. But that's not why we're here today. Today, what I'm here for is to explain what is going on. As some of you have noticed, I have changed my company name from Patriot Photography to Hyperclear Photography. And there's one main reason that I did that, and that reason is that if you go on Google and you Google the word Patriot or anything that's associated with the word Patriot, there's very negative articles written due to the current political climate and people that associate themselves with the word Patriot. And that's not something that I wanted my company to unrighteously be associated with, or not unrighteously, but I don't want somebody to associate my company with those people. And there's nothing against them people. They have their beliefs, and that's fine. They can have them. I don't care. But I changed it to Hyperclear Photography. One of the other things that I've really been thinking of is that last year, probably about May timeframe, I was doing a little bit of research trying to see, like, with the COVID lockdowns going on, like what exactly is going on in the addiction world. As some of you may know, I am an ex-heroin addict as well as a very, very ruthlessly mean drunk for no reason. So subjects or things that have to deal with addiction kind of, is something that hits close to home. And what I was reading is that during the lockdown alone, that addiction related deaths, so drug overdoses, alcohol toxicity, even down to liver cirrhosis and stuff like that, that rose 50%. So 50% above what it normally is. And I started thinking, what can I do for that? What can I do to help people? And then it clicked. I'm been where a lot of some of you are currently, or maybe somebody that is currently in that process of going through addiction. And I know how hard it is, and I know that it's very difficult to break that cycle. And then I started thinking, and this is more recently, as probably about a month or two ago, I started thinking that back when I was going through AA in 2018, I had an AA sponsor named Keith. And Keith said to me, and this still sticks with me today, that the only way we can keep the gift that we have been given is to give it away. Some people associate that gift as being the AA program, the NA program, Celebrate Recovery. Me, my gift, I consider more sobriety. Every day that I abstain from alcohol or drugs is a gift to me. Every day, like, it doesn't matter. Like, if I lay on the couch all day and if I did not drink that day or not shoot up that day, that's something that is a major accomplishment for me, especially considering that prior to October 13th, 2017, I couldn't stay sober. There was just nothing that I could do. I remember, waking up every morning, 7 o'clock in the morning, and like the second my feet hit the ground, it was straight out the door to the dope man's house. So, which brings me to where I am today. I do a lot of volunteer work with addicts and stuff like that, and I'm not going to say that's unfulfilling, because it really is, especially seeing somebody that I've helped coach or mentor through their addiction become sober. Like that's a big thing to me. But it's almost feels like I'm not doing enough. That being said, what I'm going to do is I am starting a YouTube channel, and this is going to be the first video on that YouTube channel. But in this YouTube channel, I am wanting, or my goal is to show people that after living that life of addiction, there is a better life. And a lot of people struggle with that idea that, you know, being sober is boring, or you can't have fun being sober. And that is a part of the addict's mindset. That very much is a part of the addict's mindset. That was, even to this day, I still have that issue. Maybe not as severe as I did previously, but nonetheless, I still have the issue. And if I can show people that a life outside of addiction is more fun than living that just repetitive Groundhog Day of wake up, chase your fix, get your fix, relax for 30 minutes, an hour, 2 hours, and then repeat that same cycle again in the same day, like that's pretty brutal. So if I can show, even if it's just one person, that there's a better life out there for you outside of addiction, then that I will consider this channel like success, or consider it a success. There are two things that I do need to discuss pertaining to that. The first thing is that nothing that I say or do, or anybody else on this channel says or does that helps them, should ever be substituted for professional help, period. Nothing that I suggest, none of my suggestions that I make are guaranteed to work. And if you are struggling in this mode of addiction and you can't get out of it, sometimes professional help's the only way you can get out of it, or get out of that cycle. And that's something that, you know, I've had to do 5 times now. Been to rehab 5 times just to get clean. So there's that. So just please understand that nobody that are involved in my videos, unless otherwise stated, is a professional, be it a mental health professional, an addiction counselor, clinician of any sort, doctor. None of us. We're not any of that. We're just people who have lived the lifestyle of being an addict, and now we're living the lifestyle of sobriety. Number 2 is under no circumstances will we ever talk about religion, politics, sexual identity or preference, gender identity or gender preference. Like, we're not going to talk about that. That none of that has a place inside of what this channel is going to be about. So if that's something that you're looking for, like looking to connect on a level like that with people who have been through exactly what you're going through. So maybe if you're struggling with gender identity and you want to find somebody who's been through the addiction phase and they have gender identity crises, then maybe you should go look at another channel. That's not what we're going to talk about in this channel. But if you do stay and watch this channel, I would really appreciate it. Also, I'm not going to focus too much like where I talk about addiction or mental health inside of my videos. It's going to be more of an undertone, which is the purpose of this video, is to tell you what it is that my journey of how I've gotten to where I am today, I guess you could say. And again, the channel's going to evolve over time. So I really hope you stick around, and I hope you enjoy the content. And I will go ahead and roll some photos after this. First, I would like to thank my sponsor, which is Haptic Nation. They have assisted in purchasing some of the equipment that I have needed for this channel. And without their assistance, I would not be able to do everything that I'm attempting to do right now with this channel. So again, thank you to Haptic Nation. And if you guys could give them a check, just go on Facebook and look up Haptic Nation. And you can link up with them and they can give you some resources for addiction and mental health assistance. So again, I appreciate it and thank you for your time.